Hello, and welcome to Morning Motivation. I'm your host, Dakiana Jackson, small business marketing coach and founder of Inspired Marketing Inc. Tonight, I am here to do this week's lesson, which is titled Define Success on Your Own Terms. And when you started your business, you probably went online to look for some information, got on social media, followed your favorite gurus. And like many of us, you may have come away absolutely confused. There are gurus everywhere. One person will say go left, another person will say go right, and a third will say go up. Now, if that's not confusing, I don't know what is. Unfortunately, what that leads to is paralysis, and you end up doing pretty much nothing for your business, mainly because of all that conflicting advice. So today, the main point of this lesson is pretty much do you. Do what's right for your business and do what's right for your clients. Define success on your terms, no matter what someone else may tell you you need to do. And I want to highlight really quickly 5 areas where there's the most conflicting advice. So one is get up at 5 a.m. to be productive. There are so many articles that I've read that just pretty much say, if you're not up by 4, if you're not up by 5, your entire day is jacked up. That is not true. You need to do what works for you, your clients, and your household. If you have a baby who is up at 3 in the morning, maybe your best time to work is when he or she is asleep at 7 p.m. If you have a husband, for example, who works nights and who comes home at 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe you need to be there for him. That 5 a.m. may not work for you. Or hey, even if you're a night owl, if you stay up until 11 o'clock at night, if you stay up until like 3 or 4, then turn it right back around at 5, that is super counterproductive. So again, do what works for you. Do what works for your household. Do what works for your clients. And then what can you realistically work? Now, I did join a program last year where it had us up at 4 a.m. for 30 days. I did get a lot done, but I completely could not sustain it because staying up maybe till midnight and then turning right back around, I was messed up for the rest of the day. So again, getting up at 5 a.m. to be productive. If it works for you, do it. If not, just leave it alone. The second piece of advice that I hear is that being a jack of all trades is a bad thing. So again, that's the phrase jack of all trades, master of none. And that's not necessarily true either. Maybe you are multi-talented. Maybe you can run a personal brand and a brick and mortar business and an online business selling something, and that's perfectly okay. That doesn't mean that because you're multi-talented that your talent means nothing, as some would have you feel. And the key here is to focus and build up something great before jumping to something else. If you can juggle 2 or 3 at one time, that's awesome, but just make sure you don't end up having a bunch of half businesses or half projects. It is completely possible to master multiple things. Again, just make sure you have that key plan. And don't tell people that because you can cut grass, build websites, check on cars, and run a daycare that there's something wrong with you. Just because they can't do it doesn't mean that you can't. And the third thing is that you need to be on social media all day or you will never get any customers. That's not necessarily true. It really depends on where your customers are. Maybe you've done some research and they are online between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, for example. If so, you can use a program like SmarterQueue or Hootsuite to schedule your posts out between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. That doesn't mean that you need to be there constantly. Also, you may have a field where your clients aren't on Facebook, for example. Maybe they're on LinkedIn. Maybe they're on Instagram. Maybe they're not in any of those places, and you need to be sending them postcards and other direct mail pieces so they know you exist. This is about understanding who you're targeting and where they need to find you in order to buy. Being on social media all day, yes, it gives you visibility, but it can also tire you out. And if you're being social, but not where your customers are, it's a waste of time. So don't believe that you have to be on social media all day unless it's something your clients demand. And even if that, make sure you're using a scheduler so you don't have to literally be there 24/7. The fourth thing is grind until you fall out. I am sure you all have seen memes and videos and all kinds of things floating across social media that pretty much says, work until they know your name, work until your bank account matches your goal, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, that is hype as well. Because if you work like that, you will be dead. You will burn out, and that helps no one. It's good that you have goals. Please have goals. Work the plans to make those goals a reality, but do not grind until you fall out. I know there were many a time where I would work until I would fall asleep at this desk. It was not pretty at all. And I noticed that the more I tried to quote unquote grind, the less productive I was. What worked better was for me to sleep, take some time to myself, do something completely non work related, and then come back. That's what helped me, and I am sure that's what will help you. Now, you need to work. Yes, there may be seasons where you do have those overnights, but that cannot be your entire work life. There's no balance there. So figure out what you need to do in terms of a plan to get to your goals without sacrificing your health and your well-being. And if you're working 40 hours, 60 hours, 100 hours a week and you're still not getting anywhere, then it might be time not only to step back because you're working too hard, but figure out ways you can work smarter by getting help. There's a ton of good people who are out there that can help you. And if you need suggestions, please let me know. But you want to make sure that you're not working to the point of exhaustion. And lastly, one piece of advice that I've heard that I'm sure you heard as well is that you need to make $100,000 a year or die. It's like $100,000 is this buzz number that once you're a six-figure entrepreneur, you have made it. But I encourage you to look at your goal. Is it $100,000 a year? What does success look like to you? Now, for you, it might be you're happy with your full-time job and you just want a side hustle because you want money to travel and do your other hobbies. That's perfectly fine. Maybe you have two part-time jobs and you're cool with that. Or you could even have multiple side hustle contracts. Cool. Now, if you are somebody that does want to hit that six figures or even multi-million dollar business, that's fine because that's what you want to do. But if it's not, don't look at yourself harshly or think there's something wrong with your goals because you don't want to be a millionaire, for example. Again, this is really about your goal and what success looks like to you. Don't let anyone take that away from you or make you feel bad because you're happy making, let's say, $10,000 on the side and your full-time job is providing the rest. There is no shame in that. So again, those 5 pieces of conflicting advice are getting up at 5 a.m. to be productive, being a jack of all trades is bad, being on social media all day is the only way to get customers, grind until you fall out, or if you don't make $100,000, you're just not a business owner. Again, you get up when you need to get up. You are multi-talented, and that's okay. Being on social media when your clients are available is what's best. You can grind, but make sure you rest because burnout helps no one. And define your money goal on what you want to, as what you want to define it as. Don't just pick $100,000 if that's not realistic for you or something you even want to do. So this week, I challenge you to examine your business goals and your work behaviors and check out if it's something that you want to do or something you're doing because you think you're supposed to do it. There is definitely a difference. If this is something that you're enjoying, that you really feel like this is your season, and these goals are matching what you feel led to do, go for it. Keep it up. But if you're only doing, say, live videos because someone told you to do it and your clients aren't even online, it's okay to stop. If you've been working 23 hours a day, getting a 1 hour nap and starting over the next, and you want to stop, that's fine. Just take a look at those goals and behaviors and make sure that everything you do is what you want to do that is best for you and your business. I'd love for you to list those behaviors in the comments, and if you have any questions or even any conflicting advice that you've heard that you want to refute, I'd love to hear it. Just place them below. Have an amazing night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. This is Anna Jackson with your morning motivation. If you need help marketing your business, or even just a little motivation to keep going, contact me at www.inspiredmarketinginc.com. Until next time, have a blessed day.